Hello, I am the Irish guy, and right, Premier League prediction game week 9. Let's have a crack at the predictions then. Oh boy! Right, let's go. Bournemouth 3, Wolves 0. This is it. This is the match where I have to be proven right. I've been singing Andoni Iraola's praises for months, sticking my neck on the line for this man. Well, I was also comparing Gary O'Neill to some cartoon weasel, as he looks like he belongs in Ice Age 3. Iraola is a tactical guru, compared to this good-for-nothing PE coach, or at least that's the narrative I have in my head. The fact that Cherry's in a second bottom of the league without a win, whilst Gary O'Neill has literally outwitted Pep Guardiola in a Premier League match last month. Oh, it is starting to make me look like I've got a mini hamster nibbling on my brain. Bournemouth have to win this match, and in comfortable fashion. They were the ones who outraged the world by chucking O'Neill into a garbage skip this summer to upgrade for the Spanish wizard. Well, this is the match where you have to prove that you were right. I have to believe that Iraola is going to absolutely energetically dance around O'Neill like a ballerina after drinking half a litre of sugar. There is no way that O'Neill can possibly compete with Iraola's fresh, smooth, innovative La Liga tactics. I'm sorry, but I'm going for a ridiculously comprehensive 3-0 Bournemouth win. I don't want to talk about must-win games before Halloween, but for the sake of the owner's pride, Iraola has to prove him right this weekend. He absolutely has to. And lads, if Wolves somehow win this match, I will eat shepherd's pie out of a public bin. And I know, I have to do a video with shepherd's pie on my head. I keep forgetting that. It's too late now, but okay, for the next video, okay, that will be when the shepherd's pie will come. Oh, goody! Brentford 2, Burnley 0. Weirdly, Brentford's 2-0 win over Burnley in March 2022 stopped a massive rot. Burnley had actually beaten them 5 times in a row, dating all the way back to April 2000, before any Harry Potter film. For some reason, whenever Brentford played against Burnley, they seemed to just wilt like a lump of vanilla ice cream in the sun, but I'm sorry. I tip Vince Company to do huge things at Burnley this season. Am I the only one who feels personally let down? I bought into this Burnley project. I thought he was the next super coach off the Pep Guardiola conveyor belt, after licking up this megastar's tactical knowledge with a spoon. But now, you've mostly been ripped apart. I mean, setting his limited Burnley team up like this, to play like Barcelona, when those individual footballers have all the collective talent of a koala bear's tongue, it's a bit like leaving a helpless burger on Susan Boyle's bed. What do you think is going to happen to it? So far, Company is being about as naive as any parent who let their child have a sleepover at the Netherlands Ranch. 2 goals from Brian and Bemo. The end. Man City 4, Brighton 1. Brighton are going to be absolutely grilled like a wet pancake here. I'm sorry. Their last away day was a 6-1 drubbing at Aston Villa. I mean, for the rest of the season, I just know that it was dunk. He's going to be having consistent nightmares about Ollie Watkins. So much so that after the 56th time, he wakes up in a panicky cold sweat at 1 a.m. Oh, his own wife is probably going to force him to sleep on the couch. Look, everybody loves this Brighton team. But can I remind you, they've only beaten Man City once since 1989. And even now, it's just a sloppy 3-2 win in May 2021, when the title race was already done, and with City already preparing for a literal Champions League final. I'm sorry, but Brighton do not have it within them to win at the Etihad. Absolutely not. If they do, then I will stand in the middle of a public street singing a Spice Girls song, but it ain't gonna happen. City have just lost 2 Premier League games in a row. This is a wounded animal. They've never lost 3 consecutive Premier League games in a row on Guardiola's watch. He has only lost 3 league games in a row once in his entire management career with Bayern Munich in the spring of 2015, when he lost to Bayer Leverkusen, Augsburg, and Freiburg. It hasn't happened to City since they lost to Leicester, Tottenham, and Liverpool in early 2016. Yeah, no surprise that rot set in literally days after the club had announced that Guardiola replaced Manuel Pellegrini in the summer. I mean, what did you expect? It's been like being told halfway through date night that your fiance plans to ditch her wedding ring in the summer to once again download Tinder on her phone. Yeah, I mean, you'll probably now just down tools and yeah, just get sick in her soup. But yeah, I see Brighton scoring a neat little solo goal through Kyle Matoma to once again enhance his profile. Honestly, he reminds me of Riyad Mahrez at Leicester City. Surely he's going to explode by getting a monster move to a major club in the summer. But yeah, no, City will control the entire match. Erling Haaland will bang in a couple. Easy 4-1 win. Newcastle 1, Crystal Palace 0. Newcastle versus Crystal Palace is single-handedly the most boring game in recent Premier League history. I'm sorry, but it is. Where have all the goals gone? It didn't used to be like this. I mean, there was a 3-3 draw at St James's Park in August 2014, a 3-2 win for Newcastle at Sellers Park in the League Cup just 3 weeks later, a huge 5-1 win for Palace in November 2015, Alan Pardew's great revenge. But ever since that freakish match, the goals have completely dried up. The last 3 meetings between these clubs have been horrible 0-0 draws. There was another 0-0 in September 2018 as well. Since April 2016, Newcastle have beaten Palace 1-0 4 times. Crystal Palace have also beaten Newcastle 1-0 twice, and there's been a couple of 1-1 draws. Lads, over the last 14 meetings, there have been a combined 14 goals scored. You don't have to be a maths geek to work out. That is combined 1 goal per match. Oh, great. It's like going to the cinema to watch a comedy where the director has guaranteed you that you're going to laugh at 1 joke all film. 1 joke in 90 minutes? What? Clearly it's an Adam Sandler film. I mean, no thanks. I'll probably just stay at home and instead just stare at the spider on my wall. So yeah, come on. This is clearly going to be another horribly boring, tedious 1-0 home win. I know it is. I'm going to clip this up on Twitter on Monday morning, showing everyone how there wasn't ever any jeopardy in my mind.
Hello, Twitter!
I can see it. I can see the 1-0 in my mind. I know this is happening tomorrow. I just know it. And lads, if Newcastle do win 1-0, and no, sorry, when they win 1-0, you all have to tell me in the comments of my reaction video on Monday.
The Irish guy is prediction king. Never ever doubt him.
Honestly, 1-0 easy. It'll be Miggy Almiron with the goal. Again, Nottingham Forest 0, Luton Town 0. Ugly, horrible, forgettable match. Nottingham Forest will absolutely dominate proceedings, but Luton will dig in, hang in there, and nick a priceless point. A second 0-0 for Forest in a row. A game that will probably make the home fans boo and cause Steve Cooper to just go home and have a depressing pizza with his dog. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 1. I remember when Stamford Bridge was a ground which Arsenal absolutely used to fear. Like an Arsene Wenger's proud 1000th match as Arsenal boss. He takes title chasing Arsenal to Chelsea and they lose 6-0. Even Salah scored. Remember him? That little Chelsea misfit bench warmer who had all the end product of a squashed frog?
Whatever happened to him?
It only feels like 5 minutes ago that Chelsea battered Arsenal 4-1 in a major European final. But now, the fear factor is completely gone. Arsenal won 6 of the last 7 meetings with Chelsea. That is the best sequence of results they've ever managed against Chelsea. Ever. It's funny, Chelsea's last win in this fixture, a 2-0 victory at the Emirates in August 2021, that actually looked like the norm. Arteta was under pressure, having just finished 8th again. Chelsea had just been crowned European champions under Thomas Tuchel, and here was £100 million marquee by Romelu Lukaku, netting on his second debut. Reece James pushed them 2-0 up before half-time. This actually didn't look like a shock result at all. If you told me that by the end of the next season, Arsenal would finish 2nd, while Chelsea were 12th, with Lukaku banished back to Italy via Inter Milan and now Roma, I'd have looked at you as if you had an evil twin growing out of your neck. Arteta has never lost at Stamford Bridge as a manager. Ever. And he won't here either. It's a battle between Pochettino and Arteta, ex-PSG players who could have been enemies in the North London derbies if Daniel Levy hadn't tossed Poch away like a leftover sausage roll. But yeah, I'm sorry, I rate Poch as a coach. But Arsenal are going to absolutely control the tempo of this match. They'll squeeze the life out of Chelsea, who will have their moments. I mean, Mikel Mudryk will miss an open goal from 5 yards out. But yeah, Gabriel Jesus will easily settle it in the second half. Easy Arsenal win. Again, Sheffield United 2, Man United 3. Manchester United make really hard work at Sheffield United, and especially at Bramall Lane. I mean, we all know that back when they were top of the league in January 2021, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer crumbled. Absolutely crumbled like a soggy biscuit cake. Somehow losing at home to bottom club Sheffield United. Horrific. And before that, the club ground out a 3-2 win at Bramall Lane the previous month. And the year before that, they had to go back from 2-0 down to squeeze a 3-3 draw. Solskjaer probably still has nightmares about the Blades, like somebody who escaped the chair of Sweeney Todd. Man United have never really been able to hammer Sheffield United. They always just squeak 1 or 2 goal wins usually. Like when they met in the FA Cup in 2016, Sheffield United were in League 1, and yet Man United only went through thanks to a last-minute Wayne Rooney penalty. Lads, Cristiano Ronaldo missed a legitimate open goal at Bramall Lane back in 2006. Honestly, the guy went on to score nearly 1,000 goals, and he somehow fumbled his moment against his club. I won't say they're Man United's bogey team, because Man United usually get the job done, but it's always a slog. So yeah, I think Sheffield United will go 2-0 up in the first half. Andre Onana once again chucking the ball into his own net, making him once again look like he's got the brain cells of an empty ochre pot. But yeah, just like they did against Forest this season, Man United will rally and scrape and survive with a dramatic second half miracle 3-2 win. Aston Villa 3, West Ham 2. This is the only game on Sky Sports Super Sunday. Aston Villa versus West Ham. Really? That's it? What sort of C-list pundits are they going to be able to convince to come into the studio for that one? What? Troy Deeney, Daniel Sturridge, and Karen Carney's nan. There's a lot of pressure on this game to be entertaining. And you know what? I think it will be. Both Villa and West Ham have really impressed me this season. They've been confident, hungry, ambitious, loads of goals. I think there's going to be a proper ding-dong of a match. Although, here's the weird stat. Aston Villa have not won any of the last 10 games against West Ham. How? They've picked up 4 points from a possible 30. How? May 2015 was the last time they won against the Hammers. Yeah, and the next week, they went out and conceded 6 at Southampton, with Sadio Mane scoring a 3-minute hat-trick. What? Villa have beaten West Ham once inside the last 10 years. That is an embarrassment. This dreadful rot has to stop now. I'm going to go with a very entertaining 3-2 Villa win in a battle between the ex-Arsenal and ex-Manchester United managers. Honestly, if both those guys had actually been success at their clubs, if it had all worked out the way they wanted it to, then nowadays, this could have been the modern Wenger versus Fergie rivalry. But no, instead it's Villa West Ham. Blah. Liverpool 1, Everton 0. Confident Liverpool fans think they might be able to absolutely bully and destroy Everton at Anfield this Saturday morning, stomping on them as if they're a bug in a mini wheelchair. Well, no, lads, the Merseyside derby is always a tight, scrappy affair. I mean, except for Marco Silva's last game in charge, when he lost 5-2 at Anfield. But usually, there's only 1 or 2 goals in it. So don't get me wrong, Liverpool will win here, but it'll be a narrow 1-0 win. A late Mo Salah penalty. Just an absolutely frustrating watch. And I think James Tarkowski will be man of the match. And thankfully, Everton, despite losing here, will still be outside the relegation zone. So no milk on Monday. Phew. Yeah, the Monday Night Football match where Tottenham once again go top of the league, leaving Neville and Carragher to squeal.
Oh, is this a real title challenge? He's actually got Tottenham top of the league. What?
No, it's not. I'm sorry, but this isn't anything new. Jose Mourinho had Spurs top of the league in November for an entire month. They wound up finishing 7th. Nuno Santo had Tottenham top of the league in early September. He was sacked within 2 months. Antonio Conte at Spurs joined top of the league a year ago. And look how that turned out. I mean, you know how long it took Mauricio Pochettino to get Tottenham to be top of the league? 2 matches. Although weirdly, that was actually the first and last time he'd ever have Spurs top of the league. And he was there for 5 more years. Lads, Ange Postecoglou's Spurs playing saucy football, yeah. But seeing them top of the pile isn't some freakish occurrence. Ever since Tim Sherwood was binned off like a poisoned donut, every Tottenham manager's had them leading the way at the top. Every single one. This isn't anything new. But yeah, another straightforward, comfortable 2-0 win with James Maddison netting another goal. Anyway, that's even what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Give me your predictions. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give a like, share, subscribe as always. I'll talk shit a while.